Hello, family. Hold on, let me see if I'm in here. Let me get to my chat. All right, hold on. Okay, I think I'm in here. I'm gonna wait on some of y'all to get in here. Let my Patreonians know. I'm so sorry. Hold on, let me let my Patreonians know that I'm in here. Okay. Give me one moment. I'm gonna wait on some of you guys to get into the room as well. Um, gonna go through some of these cases, okay? Um, to see exactly what's been said in here, right? So we see a lot has been said in reference of a lot of these cases, family. So I wanted to go through some of these cases with you guys. Hey, Latanya. um, go through some of these cases. Latanya, I'm just coming on. I'm using a different outlet today in reference of streaming for you guys because I want to go through some of the cases that I have shown. I'm telling Patreon now I'm live on YouTube going through cases. Uh-huh. Um, So, yeah, family. So, basically, what we're doing tonight is just going through some of these cases to look at what's come out, what's not come out. Um, we just want to see, go through and look at how the ancestors is telling us, um, what it is, right? And I'm not on camera. As you can see, I have the article up because that's definitely what I want you guys to be able to watch and look at. This is the article. The first one we're talking about today is Dakara Thompson. And this is the article about Dakara. As you guys know, she went missing on the 22nd. She left her home on the 22nd. And you can see the article that's in the Washington Post, right? So you guys can see that up there. And I hope you can hear me and see the see it well here, right? Um, but I wanted to come on and talk about some of the things that came out. I did see, a couple of people were sending commenting, sending me messages and telling me that, um, a lot of what came out in the reading that I did, and we're going to look at a little bit at that and look at what's come out. And there's a lot of people online that have a lot of information as well in reference of the paperwork and so forth. So I do want us to look at that of what happened when they found her or found her in his location. Hey, Tiffany. So that's definitely what we're doing. Hey, Fatima. So tonight, family, we're going through some of the information confirmations and to wait on further information. And also, just to let you guys know, I pulled a little bit more on Takara. I'm sorry, Dakara. I was calling her that in her video too. Because I know it, Takara, but Dakara with her beautiful self, right? And I hate that the revelations came back in reference of that she's no longer with us, family. But this article is here, and it says that her family reported her missing the next day. The car was found with her purse and everything in it. And it also gives details in reference of, her body was found, okay? And it was found on a riverbank in the 50th off of Route 50, which they said that is like a rural area, like a wooded area, like near the woods. So that was one of the things that was confirmed in our reading that I did with the ancestors. And that did come out, and it did come out in reference of a male. And that male is Hugo Mendez of Bowie. He was charged. They do have a picture of him. I think it was They said he's had prior arrests. So that goes back to what we were seeing when I talked about the federal government that came out in the spread. So this says that he lived illegally in the United States, right? And that look at when it says that he was arrested. Now, mind you, in my reading, it came out about the spring, right? So you can see here that he was arrested in April. My reading says something about spring, right? And the in some type of federal situation. Remember, I told you guys when federal comes out, it can mean anything in reference of being in a federal situation, like being locked up in a federal court or something that has to do with federal. And if you look here, it says the federal government then released him. So in spring, as my reading said, and we can go back and we're going to watch this. This is the first spread. Trying to look at her face, family. Dakara. Dakara. Where's Dakara Thompson ancestors? Dakara Thompson. Let me know if y'all can hear it. Dakara Thompson. Missing 19-year-old ancestors. Missing 19-year-old. Where is Dakara Thompson? Missing 19-year-old. Show us in the cards what it is that you want us to know. Where is she? Camera. So that was the ancestors just showing us that where we had seen at the beginning of her being out on surveillance video. So the ancestors was definitely saying, okay, you can hear it? Yes. Okay, great. So from the jump, the ancestors showed us about the surveillance video. Okay, so from the jump, the ancestors showed us the surveillance video. Okay, the ancestors let us know that from the jump, family, right? The ancestors let us know about some more things that now what we have here. Let's see what came out in the spread. Let's see what came out, honey. The spring. Let's see. All right, let's turn these around. Okay, so we do have the ancestors card here. Okay, so the spring came out, right? All right. So, but the spring looks like some was clarified because remember we look at the first part of the spread, but look at what came out on the spread on the spring. Look at what came out on the spring, family, right? Okay, so if we go back. You see that kidnap? That's what happened. He took her. You know, she didn't probably want to go with him, or maybe she did. I'm not sure, but based off of what's here, it didn't look like it, right? Especially with the scar on his face and everything. It looks like it was a kidnapping of some case, right? So here's the political on the spring. There's the cover-up on the celebration. There's the surgery, integrity, and there's the information with some type of higher revenge. There's the revenge. Okay. Now, when we look at that revenge lets me know it has something to do with somebody outside of the two people that were in the situation. So I don't know if this has some type of back information, family. You know, and I say everything is allegedly because I don't know anything about the case. I'm just telling you what the ancestors showed us and looking at the evidence that's coming out, which we still got to get more, right? But I wanted to do a comparison so you guys can kind of see how the ancestors throw it out. Like, there's no lie. It's, you know, I mean, it's all within. As I always tell you guys, it's a metaphysical reading. It can't be proven until it is proven. I say that on every video because I see people coming up under my videos and they be like, "Oh, this was a lie. See what happened?" Well, it's majority of this is happening. You know what I'm saying? And some of it I don't even know until I go back. So, you know, please. Revenge. Okay. So we have some type of. All right. So in the spring, look at this. Look at this. Look at the spring with the political federal. Can you guys look? Look at this. This is what the ancestors said now. And if we go right here, it says it. It's plain as day. It's plain as day right here. He was a prior arrest. Spring, which is April. okay, for under influence. And this is with the federal government. They released him. Yeah, answers don't lie, Latoya. Thank you. Answers don't lie, family. This was in April. This was when he was locked up. Look. And the answers showed it right here. Right? So not only did we not notice prior to the reading, and my reading was on September 1st, okay? This we didn't know about, family. Okay, so the answers made some clarification revelations in the situation. Okay. Another thing that the ancestors did tell us about was about another situation where I wanted you guys to look at this young lady. She got the documentation. So her name is Chronicle Speak. She's real good. I like her page. She have a lot of details that come out about cases too. So, and she do like celebrity stuff, but let's look at the documents that she had because it talks about something about an ex-girlfriend. Okay. Hey, Eldra. And I wanted to get into that because of the cover up and all that flew out next. Okay, so let's see what she put in her hey
Not only
fam.
have they been left to grieve with the sudden and violent loss of their loved one, they are also determined to make sure that justice is served. This case is about more than court documents and charges. It's about a young woman who should be still here today. According to court documents, Dakara was last seen alive in Prince George's County, Maryland. Surveillance cameras captured her entering a black 2007 GMC Yukon XL Denali, a vehicle detectives later confirmed was driven exclusively by Hugo Rene Hernandez Mendez.
Now, I will say this, okay, based off of our spread family, right, from the ancestors, this situation showing the cover up, and then when we looked at the first part of the spread and everything, the ancestors showed us how it came with the ego and being cut off or something of that sort, right? I feel like okay, there's the male. So out the gate, the ancestors told us, look, it was a male. Okay, it was a man that did it. Okay, and then we had this right here to come out. So this is the part that I want you to pay attention to because, mind you, like I said, it can't be proven until it is proven because this is a spiritual reading. This comes directly from the ancestors. I have no control of what comes out of the spread, what comes out of the cards. Okay, it's all in the cards. Okay, so as you can see, you see that this affair, right? This affair, okay, right here, okay, comes out on the karma.
Ego. See all these words?
Look
Saw
at
that
how
her
it's on
phone
the
location was
karma
turned off too. See
and
what
the
I'm saying?
kidnapping, the
Political and
affair.
spring. Let's see what was going on with this political in the spring in the messages. Ancestors continue to give us the messages in reference of this political in the springtime. What were you trying to tell us about this federal situation in the springtime? What was going on in a federal situation in the springtime? That's what they needed.
Okay, so this was what he was investigated for. He was in the system. He was in the system in the spring. Here it is right here, family. Okay, he was in the system in the spring right here, and he was being investigated. But he was already being investigated because they knew he was living illegally here. He was already in the illegal, so they knew it. Now, mind you, like I said, what came out was spring because April is the spring, okay, for him, this fool. And he was under investigation. Okay. Now, where this goes back to, we're speaking of Takara. Where it goes back
Her
to,
phone
I
activity
wanted
placed
to
her
show
at
you
his
guys
home at
this.
12606 Kimbridge Drive in
This
Bowie,
was her
Maryland,
home.
during the early morning hours of August 23rd, 2025. At 5:03 a.m., her phone went dead.
On September 5th,
So I'm gonna go
detectives from
through
the Prince
this
George's
because
County
I know
Police
y'all
Department's
probably already
Homicide
seen that
Division.
already. But let's
This will
go
be sent
here.
in my FOIA request for the.
This is the paperwork from the police department telling how and what they did when they got him. Okay, this is the documentation. All right. This is the documentation that shows where they found him that night or whatever on the 23rd, where he was coming from. Now, mind you, don't y'all see that says Galaxy Nightclub? So to me, it sounds like either she was going with him in reference of some type of financial situation. Maybe she worked at a nightclub that people didn't know about, because why would she be out at 3 o'clock in the morning? Because we got something about work. Remember, we got something about work. Okay, and I'm gonna show you
Investigate.
that here.
Locked up before a federal
That was him. See,
cover
I
up in
told you that he got
celebration
locked
for
up before.
Dakara Thompson. Where is she and what happened? Dakara Thompson and sisters. Daughter.
Now, when I pull cards again, family, that daughter came out again. I don't know what this cover up on the daughter is with the celebration and the Three of Cups. What I'm feeling like is that she is the daughter that was covering some things up about whatever she was doing that was either about working with three people, celebrating some type of situation, or she may have had a daughter, or I could be wrong, but I'm just going back to the details of what we have now, right? And the situation that happened. Now, look at this. This is her parents, okay? And back to the situation that they gave us, right? And back to the documentation that came out from the police, okay? So when we do side by side of this, is she the daughter that was covering something up in reference of? Now, when I pull extra messages and meditated over her more about this situation since things have come out, the ancestors keep pushing me towards something about some type of hustler, because my hustler card came out for me earlier, family. So that lets me know there was some type of maybe even drug situation, or maybe even like financial. If it wasn't drugs, it was some type of financial exchange, or it may have been. And I'm, everything is allegedly all for entertainment purposes only. And I hope this baby wasn't out there doing anything like this for some type of financial situation. But we're gonna see it all play out. Now, that could have been what this daughter was trying to cover up, and that's why she was leaving home late at night. And that may be why the celebration is there, because ancestors gave us the celebration for this daughter of whatever she was getting from this club or partying or whatever she was doing. Maybe she was out there celebrating. Maybe she was celebrating, or maybe she was with three other people. I don't know. But one thing I do know is there was a witness that could tell probably what was going on. Okay, now I do know that the ancestors was telling us that. Everything here is allegedly though, okay, until it comes out. But let's keep going.
Whose daughter? The caretaker daughter?
Now there's a caretaker. Now the caretaker came out on my spread and Miss T spread. Okay, so the caretaker takes me back to the parents. So when the daughter came out, she is the daughter of the caretaker. She was trying to cover it up from the caretaker. So that makes sense. The caretaker would be the parent. What she was trying to cover up was her maybe being out doing something that she didn't have no business doing at this nightclub, maybe even meeting people. I'm not sure, because it said when I pulled extra energy on this message, it was about recreational activities, which means something you like to do, you know what I'm saying, for entertainment. Maybe she was an entertainer. Maybe she was some type of exotic dancer or dancer. What is this Galaxy Club, right? What is this Galaxy nightclub? I don't know, but we can look. The Galaxy nightclub in these, is it Maryland? Maryland. This is it. Okay. Um, yeah, I mean, it doesn't give much. It looks like it's like a club. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look like a strip club though. I don't think so, because it's got more or less like, a club that maybe young kids go to. I'm saying young because she's 19, but this is that club. Okay. So now that we know where this is, that's in the documentation from the police report, now you can see what it is that she was hiding from the caretaker. Look at what it says. See? See, the caretaker is underneath the deck when the daughter and the cover up and the celebration is here. These cards go together. The cover up was from the caretaker. So she was covering up what she was doing, the daughter, in reference of celebrating or doing something that she was out at that Galaxy Club that's in this. See, this is, let it be noted that the detectives know that the Galaxy nightclub is located at University Hyatt, Maryland. That's where the detectives found him. Okay. So it has something to do with that club in some shape, form, or fashion, because that's where she was near. Okay. She could have been right. Correct, Marquita. Yeah, she could have been that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what it is, because it doesn't look like, if she doesn't come off to me like in her energy and in her spirit, she doesn't come off to me like a stripper. I'm sorry, family, she doesn't. But she may have been a bottle girl. You know what I'm saying? So if she was a bottle girl, most of the girls, 19, 20, that's what they do. She might have not, been a stripper, but she might have needed to get some money. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to say it like that, but maybe I'm praying not, though. But I'm just thinking, why would she be with somebody that's like, that family. But this is what it's looking like. Let's keep going.
Do she have children?
Yeah,
Here
that's
her
her.
as it would be her parent, right?
See?
A daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Show you the caretaker again. Keep coming out. Caretaker could be your mama, your daddy, your aunt, your father, your husband, your wife, somebody who takes care of you, the caretaker, right? And I have a daughter here on this 3 of Cups celebration with the cover up. The caretaker is the same as what needs to be investigated in those.
So I do feel that she was trying to cover something up from the caretaker. She is the daughter family. And underneath of that is celebration, right? So in the documentation here that the girl was talking about.
Statement of probable cause for this case. I
Here we
haven't received it yet, so I'm going to read one I got from offline. Menendez, date of birth December 26, 1989, who will hereafter be referred to as the defendant. At the time, the defendant was detained and transported to the Criminal Investigation Division Homicide Unit for further investigation. The black 2007 GMC Yukon XL Denali, bearing Maryland registration 6FM 8511, was impounded by Ryan's Towing and transported to the Prince George's Evidence Unit for further processing. Detectives had the opportunity to interview the defendant. Detectives advised the defendant of his Miranda rights, in which time he freely and voluntarily waived his rights and elected to speak to detectives. The defendant advised detectives that on August 23, 2025, he was at the Galaxy nightclub. Let it be noted that detectives know that the Galaxy nightclub is located at 2301 University Boulevard, Hyattsville, Maryland.
So he told them that he was there. Did y'all hear that? Read it. It's in here. It says he told them that he was in there. He freely and voluntarily waived his rights and elected to speak. And I also got that that's when he was pretty much confessing, okay, to the detectives. Pretty much. I got that in meditation.
This location is directly across the street from where the decedent was observed entering into the black 2007 GMC Yukon XL Denali, bearing the same registration that we mentioned before. Furthermore, the defendant advised detectives that he was in possession of the black 2007 GMC Yukon XL Denali on August 23, 2025 at approximately 0200 hours. The defendant advised he was supposed to meet his ex-girlfriend, but he never did.
The defendant advised he was supposed to meet his ex-girlfriend, but he never did. Okay? Look at the affair.
Let's keep going.
Kidnap on the affair.
Surgery and ego. Why is
He
that
probably
here?
was
It's
still
the
with the
surgery
girl.
and ego for Dakara Thompson.
He probably was still
Karma
with the
and the
girl.
affair and the surgery, something being cut off. It was because somebody had a big ego, but somebody got hurt. See that?
So what this looks like to me is that he was probably still messing around on whoever he was dealing with, whatever woman. Maybe somebody tried, maybe this girl, maybe Dakara tried to cut him off, okay, and then got hurt. But he might have had some type of big ego. She might have had some type of big ego. Whatever it is, this definitely shows in reference of somebody being hurt, and he definitely took her. You see that kidnapping there, okay? So Answers was kind of spilling to us what was going on around her and around him. You see how these messages, how the energy shifts, right? Now we got Crash over there. I don't know what the accident was or what type of accident is here, but we shall see how it plays out because we don't have all the details. We just have the what happened in reference of when they picked him up. We don't know what else is in the case, but we're just trying to put two and two of what ancestors have already showed us on the first spread, family.
Goes back to when she was kidnapped. Somebody got hurt. She got hurt.
Okay, so look at this. Look at the cover up.
See, these two, when they come out.
Okay, so this goes back to him. Okay, this is all of this information where it says this here, family. So Ancestors was giving it to us about him all the way down to the ground, honey. Okay. Because he was in custody and released. It says Friday, the statement from ICE says that the Prince George Department of Corrections are being historically uncooperative. Look, political and authority, and then it has communication, and it has in the spring he was investigated but wouldn't cooperate. Look,
it's something with some type of government position.
Told you.
Whether you in law enforcement, whether you a political party, whether you in the federal system, a government job, you in some type of authority. You see this? And something happened. See, the reason why I say some type of legal authority or law enforcement as well is because we have the investigation stuff here. The investigation stuff here is happening. Something happened in the springtime about something being investigated.
He was investigated in the spring, in April. Okay, so the ancestors spilled that out to us, family. The ancestors spilled that out, right? So we know that. We got that part. We got two parts down, right? So like we said, we still got to wait and see what else is going to come out. This is just the main pieces that I'm showing you guys, that how the ancestors done laid it out in the first spread. I haven't tapped back into it on camera, but I have in the background, with more of what's come out, okay? Let's look a little bit more
at the cover-up situation. Somebody knows, because see, this...
Yeah, I don't know how that's connected.
This baby needed some attention, some hospital.
Yeah, I think
area earlier.
Okay, so let's look at
Tell me about Takara. Takara. There's the snake or the backstabber. Okay. No, why this was, and there's this disposing of evidence that was flipped over. Snake or a backstabber. Okay. Dakara Thompson. Why is this affair here for Dakara Thompson? Where is she at? Why is the affair here for that? Okay, so we have embezzlement, private property.
Now, I wonder, how does that play a part? We're going to go back to the article and let her finish this, and then we're going to jump back to the reading and we'll finish it up. And I want to move on to the next case because I don't want to be here all night. But I just want you guys to kind of see. Yeah, okay, let me see what Kina said. Crash could possibly mean he crashed out and then hurt her. Right, yeah, because crash do mean crash out or crash. Yeah, It showed can.
Well, detectives questioned further into the investigation. The defendant denied any involvement and asked detectives if he could have a lawyer. At that time, the interview ended. On September 4th, 2025, at approximately 9:05 a.m., a residential search warrant was conducted at 12605 Kimbridge Drive, Bowie, Prince George County, Maryland. Detectives made contact with multiple other occupants of the residence whose names are known to the police.
Okay, now here we go. Y'all hear that? Y'all see this? So where he stay at, there's witnesses. Okay. Now this goes back to where she was found. Okay. She was found in the house with him. I want her to get into that, as you guys can see. And then if you look right here, family, look at this, okay? Witnesses one advised that its cousin, which is the dude, has a drinking and a drug problem. Okay, so he does have an addiction and he has a drinking problem. So we know that out the gate. Okay, and I think Miss T's reading, it came out with that too. So that makes sense. But let's keep going.
Occupants of the residence were detained and transported to the Criminal Investigation Division Homicide Unit for further investigation. Detectives had the opportunity to interview the occupants of the residence. Detectives spoke with witness number one, whose identity is known to the police, who advised that it lived at the residence with its family, its cousin, the defendant, and 2 other roommates. Witness one advised that the black 2007 GMC Yukon XL Denali, bearing the Maryland registration, is registered to it, but its cousin, the defendant, is the only one who operates it. Witness one advised that its cousin, the defendant, had a drinking and drug problem. Detective spoke with witness two, whose identity is known to police, whom advised that its room is right next to the defendant's room. Witness 2 advised on August 23, 2025, it recalled hearing the defendant having SEX around 0500 hours, 5 o'clock a.m. Witness 2 advised it could hear a grunting noise, which made it believe that someone wasn't enjoying the SEX. Witness 2 further stated that after a period of time, it remembers all noises in the room ceasing and it being silent. Later that day, after waking up, witness 2 remembers walking outside of the residence on August 23, 2025 at approximately 1200 hours and observing the black 2007 GMC Yukon XL Denali was not parked in front of the house. Witness 2 thought that was weird because it knows the defendant doesn't work on Saturdays and the Denali should have been parked out front. Detective spoke with witness number 3, whose identity is known to police, and witness 4, whose identity is known to police, who advised.
Who is all these people? Who is all these people? Who is all these people?
She could be
I don't
on
know
some
who
type
is
of
all
private.
these people.
Again, back to the job again.
Look.
Here's somebody fired. Okay, good to fired. Okay, was somebody investigated like we seen in the springtime
So
up
I
here?
think he might have been fired.
Look at the cards. Here's the murder. Somebody was fired. Somebody wanted justice or
From
karma.
his job.
This is
Maybe
saying,
he
this is
wanted
the truth.
revenge.
It's simple. It's some type of expectation wrapped up in a bow. Yeah, this alien card is about an unknown. Here's the fired. The cups on the bottom of the deck in the
Who was fired?
something about me too. So this is the trickster. This is a manipulator. This is energy of manipulation.
So he manipulated her and got her to come with him. That's what it seemed like. Okay.
That they had no recollection of August 23rd, 2025, and that they stayed on the opposite side of the house from the defendant. A search of the residence, 12606 Cambridge Drive, Bowie, Maryland, was conducted in which multiple items of evidentiary value were recovered. Detectives located a bedroom in the front side of the residence. Detectives observed identifying documentation to include a social security card.
You know what I don't, yeah, it probably was Fatima, family and friends. But what I don't believe is that they said they could hear all this grunting and stuff like that. No, I believe that they heard some more than that. And they maybe just they don't want to tell what else they may know. Okay, that's what I feel. Now, I could be, wrong, allegedly, but that's what I feel. Because ain't no way you're going to be that close to somebody, allegedly.
Identification card and work pay stubs belonging to the defendant. Upon visual inspection of the bedroom, multiple areas were observed with what appears to be suspected blood evidence. A phenolphthalein presumptive blood test was conducted on these areas with the suspected blood evidence, which yielded positive results. Suspected blood droplets were also observed on the defendant's mattress located in the bedroom. A white and pink fake French manicure style fingernail was located on the floor of the bedroom. Detectives know that the decedent had white and pink fake French manicure style fingernails when she was found deceased. Detectives also noted that when the decedent was found, she was missing a white and pink fake French manicure style fingernail on her left middle finger. Detectives were able to review a photo of the decedent's white and pink fake French manicure style fingernails and were able to identify that the nails in the photo are consistent with the nail recovered from the bedroom floor. Further, detectives recovered multiple pairs of women's underwear and lingerie. During the search, detectives observed 2 trash bins in the drive.
Y'all see that? It says it right here. Look, multiple women, multiple pairs of women's underwear and lingerie. Whose? Because she was the whose? Multiple. Y'all see that? Multiple.
Driveway area of the residence. Detectives opened the trash bins and observed multiple trash bags inside of them. Detectives searched the said trash bags and observed multiple identifying documents of individuals who lived in the residence. A further search revealed a white napkin with suspected blood stains on it. Throughout multiple trash bags, multiple black with the red tint hairs were located. Detectives know through review of video surveillance that the decedent appears to be wearing a wig in which the hair color is consistent with the hairs recovered from within the multiple trash bags shortly before she got into the black 2007 GMC Yukon XL Denali. All of these items of evidentiary value were recovered by Crime Scene Investigations Division and will be stored at the evidence unit for safekeeping for further processing. On September 4th, 2025, detectives applied for and were granted a vehicle search warrant for the black 2007 GMC Denali, bearing the registration that we spoke of before. At approximately 6:30 p.m., investigators with the Crime Scene Investigations Division executed the vehicle search warrant along with detectives. A Blue Star blood test was conducted. Blue Star is a presumptive test designed to reveal fresh, dried, or clean blood, neat or diluted in trace or sizable amounts. This test operates by chemoluminescence. As a result of the test, a positive result was revealed for possible blood evidence on the passenger front seat. In summary, detectives know through multiple surveillance camera video footage and cellular location data that
There's the multiple surveillance camera footage. Remember, we got the camera. That was one of the first things that came out. Remember that, family? So that's why I said when that camera kept coming up over and over and over, that was specific to multiple things that they pulled up as the detectives looked. Okay.
the decedent entered the black Denali. Detectives know that the defendant is the only person who drives the black Denali, and the 2007 black Denali then travels to the area of 12606 Cambridge Drive, which coincides with the decedent's cellular device movement. The decedent is in this area on August 23rd, 2025, from 3:47 a.m. until the phone deactivates at 5:03 a.m.
Hey, Tiffany, it's they're exactly the dumbest criminal for real. Because why you didn't get three? I mean, everything was in there. Look at what it says, family. Like everything was in there. The cell phone stuff, the truck, the club where they was at probably before, because they didn't she meet back up with him like late that night or something. They even have like the information here about something about sexual intercourse heard coming from the room. So, no, a little bit of that, and I don't want to play too much more because a lot of it is more or less about it kind of describes what was going on with her. She did have some skull and facial fractures and things like that from the altercation, so it was some type of physical altercation is what the paperwork says. A lot of it is down here as you can see it, so she did have skull and face fractures, and and it looks like they said she was murdered in the room, okay, which of course we know. But that's all they pretty much gave, family, in reference of what happened in the case. So far, the ancestors pretty much showed us. That's why the ancestors say it's solved, right? So that does, and then look at this, family. Okay, you remember? Look at what he has on, and look at these people. Look at what the ancestors show us. Look, okay. Going back to his picture, right? Wait a minute, what was it right here? Right here.
later confirmed was driven exclusively
At his outfit right here, and look at what the ancestors showed us right here in the work. See that? Look at that right there. It's the same type of like as if he had on, maybe he does construction, maybe yard, or maybe something like that, but it definitely told us about the work here. So the ancestors pointed it out ahead of time, and it actually has that same like uh outfit, like the things right here, right? I mean, specific. Okay. So, yes, that is, I feel, the right person. I feel like there's more to show us in the background of what it is. It has something to do with more. But we just have to wait and see what the answers is, or what comes out in reference of this food here. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys that in detail, to go through it and show you how the ancestors work. And when they say that they don't, and looks like justice is going to go through, right? So that's what the ancestors was giving us at the end of the day. I think I might have said that she's going to get justice in the physical and in the spiritual. So that we can say, okay, in reference of her case. I also wanted to go back to one of my other cases. I wanted to go back to, family. This right. I don't know if you guys have paid attention to this reading right here, right?
School also is here in reference of him going back to school.
So this reading, I told you guys in this reading from the beginning, this one is about Young Thug. I forgot about showing y'all this one. I was going to go back to this baby, right? I was going to talk about the baby a little bit, but let's look at this right here about him. Right? So when I did this reading, family, I did this reading back September 2024. Okay. This reading I did because of what's the young boy name that died? The rich homie Quan boy. So I did this reading because it was requested. I did this reading back then before this was when he was locked up. And I wanted to go back through this one so you guys, and I put this on my Patreon because somebody sent it to me and said, everything you said 11 months ago is coming out in this video. And many things happen like that. Hey, Miss T, many things happen like that. Ancestors give us revelation, family, but it may not even be like, now we're getting it fast. Not like the Kara video. We getting it quick. But these are the type of videos that also that have messages back, that come out later on. And I just wanted you guys to see. So I know you guys have been hearing about this little fella, Young Thug. Let's see if we can pull up some information on him and the whole situation going on with him everywhere, right? Yeah, so this was his trial, right? So his trial that came out, I think it was last year, before September. I know it was, right? So let's go back to his case. Yeah, here's the snitching out. Okay, drops legal docs as snitching claims fuel the tensions back and forth. So he's been having a lot come out about him telling on people, and a lot of videos and the leaking of his calls and all these type of things, right? Of what's come out for him. He's talked bad about all the different people. But I wanted to start out by saying that a lot of that came out for us 11 months ago. We knew about this was going to happen because that's what the ancestors said of what's to come. Okay, so let's get into it. And I told you guys before he even got out of jail that he was going to get out of jail. Then he got out of jail. They all calling each other's right. That's right, Tiffany, and they all doing it. It seems like, I don't know, I can't keep up with them young cats, But I want you to hear what the answers say.
Coming to do another celebrity reading. So this celebrity reading, to see a bird fly across my window, is on Mr. Young Thug, better known as Jeffrey. Ooh, they all flying past the crows.
Hey, you know what? I should have known that the answers was gonna come through on this one when they was flying across my window like that.
Ancestors said the warning of this spirit. Ancestors protect me. While we do a reading on Mr. Jeffrey Williams, he's 33 at this time. He is now locked up in the court system in reference of some other stuff, RICO That includes gang affiliation, murder, drugs, all kinds of stuff. I pulled his birth chart. I'm able to look at his birth chart. Very, very wicked energy. I'm going to say that first off, okay? But everything here is allegedly, as we always say. I don't know this person. I'm just speaking through what the answers. I have birds flying around my window. The ancestors. Ashe. All right. Also, what I see in his chart, family, is he had a lot of things going on. He will be freed. This is September 7th. In reference of me doing this, he will be freed. In reference of his case.
And he was freed. I think they said he got free October. He was let out in October. So I did want to bring that to, that was another confirmation. Somebody was saying that release date from jail. I think it was October 2024, not 2023, because he wasn't locked up in there it is. It's October 31st, 2024. I don't know why they got it. 2023, because he wasn't even in jail then, I don't think. But this is when the trial was right here, the one that I was speaking on. And this was the news, November 1st. Yeah, he was released. And I did that reading on the 8th of September, or the 7th, I said, right? So I had posted it on the 8th. So yeah, I said he would be free, family. Now, in reference of these recordings, did y'all hear the leak calls? I hate the way he laughed. No, I heard a few of them, like clips, Tiffany, but I know what the ancestor said in the reading that he was gonna be doing this. Listen to this, family. Listen.
What is to come, ancestors? What is to come for Mr. Jeffrey Williams, better known as Young Thug? What is to come for his future? What is it that's to come that we don't know at this time in reference to Mr. Jeffrey Williams? Money. Yes, this is said, money is to come. Ooh. Wow.
You can already see my face, Tiffany.
Okay. Okay, first card out again, recording. So he may record some things. There may be a record that is put on him in reference of what's to come for him. A record that may end, okay? There may be some type of ending to a record or him recording. I'm seeing expired or death. It could also be something put on record or him being recorded in reference of his expiration or death. Hopefully not, but I'm seeing death and burglarized underneath of death and expired. So something being stolen or taken from him, maybe even his life. Today is September the 7th, 2024. These are things to come. School.
I want you to look at it. It came out again. This was the one I was trying to show y'all first.
Mr. Jeffrey Williams, better known as Young Thug. Error, accident, record. Yeah, he's recorded some things. He's made some mistakes within this industry, by this industry. The industry has made a mistake as well. But this is all on record. This is all recorded. He has recorded some things that have been a mistake to the industry, or the industry has made a mistake in reference to some things that he has also recorded. There is multiple things that are coming out of this energy, ancestors, is showing me.
Okay, so what he recorded in error, okay, is what he done talked about the whole industry, and the ancestors threw it out. They said he recorded something that was definitely going to be a mistake. He going to make it seem like it's a mistake about the whole industry. And the ancestors don't lie, family. Y'all see it right here, September 2024. And it's going to come out. Now, I told you he was going to make a record. Came out today, he made a record. He done made a song about it. So that's another confirmation that the ancestor said, and you heard that before I talked about him making a recording. But this is about the recording, and then the ancestor said he was going to make a record as well. That's what showed y'all the first time. So once again, and then I'll get back to the other case. But I wanted y'all to see, don't sleep on my old readings. This is an old reading. See, when something come out about one of these celebrities, just go back to the old reading. The answers done already told us, family. Like Miss C said, we gonna see stuff play out. This is getting revelations into what's happening now. Okay.
Family, psychically, in reference of intuitively, in reference of some things that mistakes within this industry, by this industry. The industry has made a mistake as well, but this is all on record. This is all recorded. He has recorded some things that have been a mistake to the industry, or the industry has made a mistake in reference to some things that he has also recorded. There is multiple things that are coming out of this energy, ancestors is showing me, family, psychically, in reference of intuitively, and me being the messenger. This information is coming out so strong. Caretaker.
My God. So yeah, your boy is and I think he recorded a new diss track. Yeah, addressing his snitcher. Here you go. Boom, the answers just told you. Young Thug addresses Citra's allegations with a song for you guys. Okay, so they got the video, they got the song. It's on all the social medias. You can see the video out there. Um, there's the video. Here's the song. Okay, this is the song.
Gunna wreck, yeah, wreck, slugger wreck, booty wreck. Fuck that nigga Obama. He still mad about baby mama. Slime like.
So I don't know. I have to go by what my ancestors say. Okay, I just have to go by what my ancestors say is that. And the ancestors said he was gonna make a record. The ancestors said he was gonna go to some school. I think he did that. Somebody sent that to me too, and the ancestors told us that in here too, family.
Again, recording, so he may record some things. There may be a record that is put on him in reference of what's to come for him. A record that may end, okay? There may be some type of ending to a record or him recording. I'm seeing expired or death. It could also be something put on record or him being recorded in reference of his expiration or death. Hopefully not, but I'm seeing death and burglarized underneath of death and expired. So something being stolen or taken from him, maybe even his life. Today is September the 7th, 2024. These are things to come. School, he may even try to take control over school. Power is underneath of school. School himself. Children, he may have children there may be a death of a child. School also is here in reference of him going back to school. We may see that. What's to come? School, educating himself again. Remember, schooling someone and getting schooled is what I'm hearing. Emotions, very emotional situations. I'm seeing him record something about his emotions, or recording or a record about his emotions. Okay, because water is about emotions. He could have a record that is very emotional that comes out in the future for him. He may have something recorded near a water, in the water, for the future for him, because this is how it is in the spread.
So yeah, that's the Young Thug video, family, in reference of his video. It seemed like he going off on this one, so I don't know. Y'all could go back and look at some of them ones. And she said something about Mario in the chat. Little Mario, he's she laughing. He's also, his reading is under the playlist, Tiffany, if you want to go over there and watch his reading, because I did a reading on him. Or it could be on Patreon only. I might be on Patreon only. I don't know. Y'all know some of them I don't, some of them I don't put out. I don't put over here. Okay, so the baby, right? So we wanted to look at the baby reading that I did. What's the baby? The little Emmanuel baby, right? Him, right? So the parent in his situation, we know was locked up, or they're still locked up. I think that was the case.
Yes, it's already showing.
So we have this.
We had a celebration in the bloodline is already.
So we already knew it was in the bloodline, family. This is the baby right here. They plead not guilty. Now, how is it that they don't plead? And this was September the 4th, so that was just a few days ago. That the dang on parents, they pleaded not guilty, family, to this baby's death. But they were allegedly charged with murder, right? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that on here, but you guys see. But anyways, I need to do a new spread on him though, because I don't know, it's like a tower moment though that we see here of what happened. But this right here still puzzles me in reference of this baby case, right? Because the parents, the guy and the mom, right? There's something up about what they may have owed. And the reason why I say that is the way it came out, family. Look at the tower, look at the bloodline, right? That's the parents. The bloodline is the parents, right? In the tower moment that happened in reference of this baby. But let's see what they say.
With community members as Jake and Rebecca Otto made their second appearance here inside this courtroom in Riverside. Both of them were charged with murder and filing a fake police report last week, and today they were back to face a judge.
Case, the court.
Jake Otto, dressed in red, and his wife Rebecca making another appearance inside a Riverside courtroom on Thursday, accused of murdering their 7-month-old son, Emmanuel.
Not guilty, please.
Both parents pled not guilty while several families from across the Inland Empire watched. Among them was Davina Ortiz.
I have kids. I have a 6-year-old son. I'm gonna get emotional because it just breaks my heart how anybody can hurt a baby.
The investigation began on August 14th when the Riverside County DA says Rebecca Otto reported that her son was kidnapped from this Yucaipa shopping center.
I got up off the floor and I didn't see my child.
Within 24 hours, through video surveillance, investigators say they found inconsistencies in Rebecca's statement. A few days later, both parents were arrested by sheriff deputies at their Cabazon home.
This was preventable.
Last week, the San Bernardino and Riverside County sheriffs, along with the DA, said they believe Emmanuel died from ongoing abuse before the parents made their missing persons report. But the remains of the 7-month-old have not been found. The boy's father has been spotted with investigators in the search. Court documents obtained by NBC4 Investigates revealed he was previously convicted of child abuse with his ex-wife over another one of his children back in 2018. The DA says in that case, the judge ruled probation over prison. As the Otto case moves forward, many in the community.
He had did it before. He has done child abuse before, this guy. Oh my God. And they let him out. Yeah, how you gonna plead not guilty and you confess? That doesn't make no sense. Yeah, they're not right. And that's why I say when the ancestors showed us this right here, that tower moment, something happened. Like, but what is that? Oh, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to see what came on top of that.
Yeah, they scared now.
Yeah, they scared.
Yeah. My God.
Okay, so this was the part that I'm trying to see because it looks like based off of this spread, family, like as if they may be able to escape, because I don't know if they found a body or anything yet. You see how that body is here and it's on the unconditional love, but see how they pay up or owe and then they abandon, but then here's the powers that be on the ancestors. There's something here. It looks like they gave that baby something, because there's the medicine on the tower moment, which is the something that was unexpected that happened. Okay, but I don't know. I mean, what I will say is because this escape that's here is on the bloodline, that maybe the ancestors is trying to show us that they trying to escape, or maybe they could escape this situation. I don't know, but I mean, this is allegedly. I'm just looking back at the spread. I got to tap back into the reading of this situation, because they done pleaded not guilty and they can't find the body, and the bloodline got escape on it, family. So normally when I get it like that, that means that the people in the bloodline can escape the situation. I don't know. Let's see what else come out on top of that. Let's see. Clarification. Hold on. Uh, look at the monitoring spirits. Look at the bond, right? I'm trying to get to see the nonverbal. See, they not talking about what happened. They gave that baby something. You see that? Allegedly. Okay, here we go. See the investigation? The investigator, the detective, the cop came out on that bloodline and escaped. I'm telling y'all, it's like as if they could get out of it.
I'm gonna clarify this powers that be in the ancestors. Why is that here?
Wait, let me go back.
Bloodline, Manual Horror. Detective, yeah, investigator. Yeah, the dark web. And that's the internet. So they're trying to escape from being investigated, the bloodline. Okay, that's what the ancestors is saying. The investigators and the cops is all over it, but they're trying to escape this. So they could be on the run.
Yeah, maybe they did go on the run, but if they get out of it, if they let them out, they're gonna run. That right there tells us that too. And that's what I was saying as well. So
also, I don't know because I haven't kept up with the story that much. I just know that this was a situation when I seen it on the news the first time. I didn't watch no more of it because I already kind of knew it was okay.
Yeah,
I already knew it was connected to that.
So you see this hidden
that she owes.
the deception to the
Give me a
powers
few
that
more,
be.
just a few more cards.
Let's see what else come out on this case. I'm gonna tap back into this baby case.
Where is this baby? Was this baby actually kidnapped? Emmanuel Horror, was this baby actually kidnapped? Where is this baby, ancestors? Where is it? Since you're showing us the pay up and the parents, and where is this baby? Show me in a couple of cards. Snap.
See, they snapped. Somebody snapped. Yeah.
Somebody lost
it. Okay.
Clarity in reference of Emmanuel Horror.
Okay, so tell me this. I forgot that came out. Family. Okay, wait a minute. So, wait. Okay. Y'all see that snap, right? So was it that the parents that are nonverbal was taking some type of medicine and that's the tower moment that happened? Because that medicine card is about like pills, prescription pills, things that make people. And remember, I had to pay up here about abandoning the situation because of this. See, look at the medicine and the abandon is the same energy. And the tower is underneath of that, family, and the nonverbal is on there. So is they not saying something about them being on some type of drugs or something like that allegedly that made one of them snap out and maybe that baby wasn't, I don't know. I mean, the ancestors showing us that the baby could have been molested or something allegedly. I don't know.
Emmanuel Horror. Look at the argument. Emmanuel Horror. What happened to him? Transportation. Yeah. Ancestors say yes, confirmation.
Okay, so what I feel like is that him and her got in an argument about the situation that was happening with the baby, and he must have snapped allegedly, and that's why ancestors is saying confirmation. There was an argument. There was some type of situation around maybe even molestation or something. I don't know. Allegedly, I don't know. All of it is for entertainment purposes only. I'm saying this non-factual. In my opinion, that's the way the ancestors is throwing it out. If this is what are y'all seeing this? Am I overlooking it? What ancestors is trying to say? Because we don't know the back part of it just yet because they haven't even finished investigating. But this is what it looked like based off of what the ancestors is showing us and the rest of the cards, family.
Confirmation.
Look, snapped, molest, argument, and transportation. She got in the car and drove somewhere and said that the baby was kidnapped. That's what happened. And look at how it fell out on kind of like the bloodline. And see, they're not talking about the tower moment. The tower moment is when this happened, when this snap situation happened.
Somebody flipped out, family. Look at this card.
Yeah.
Somebody snapped.
I think it was the male.
And look at the snap in the bloodline. All of these cards are the same rage energy. Look at
that.
See this?
That's right there, family. I think that right there is what happened to this baby. Allegedly, all for entertainment purposes only. But I think this is what went down with this baby. And that's why right here is why the argument went into play. And I feel like somebody snapped. Because she had a black eye, family. That lady had a black eye. So Where'd she get the black eye from? From this argument right here with the bloodline. And then they snapped because of this situation was probably the argument. See? And then that's what the nonverbal down here is about somebody being, under influence behind some type of medicine or drugs or something. That's what I'm feeling about the baby case, family, with the parents. Okay. And that's what is hidden. That's why our ancestors showed us that dark web about something being hidden. That's probably what it is, allegedly. So, and then if you look right here, look, Emmanuel was victim of child abuse over time eventually. See? Boom. I didn't even see that. See that? So that's that child abuse, family. That's the abuse right there. That's the neglect. Okay. So yeah, I think it's gonna come out more, family. I wanted to go over that case just to see if you guys had anything and put an input in reference of this case as well, not just the Dakara case. Yeah, she had a black eye, and yeah, she did have a black eye, and that's come from that argument. See that argument, and somebody snapped, right? And so the ancestors showing us live and in effect, family, live and in effect, what's going on with this case. Now this was 2 days ago. Is this my same one? Yeah, this is the same one. Okay, so I pulled the right one. Okay, so yes, family. So we got the right one. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna watch this case and see how it play out and see that's them. See her eye? And he looked sinister. I could see it in his eyes. He looked sinister, allegedly. Hey, T Rose, I'm getting ready to get up off here, sis. But yes, family. So this is the case. This is the case right here, okay, about that baby. But I do feel that this is the situation here, right here. She is, oh yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think so too. Because I feel like whatever this argument was with them, okay, about this, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this is his energy, family. I just feel that, let me take him off. I feel like that's his energy, him. Because he had already did something before to another child. So I just feel like she's covering for him in reference of that tower moment that we seen earlier. That's what I feel. Let me see what came out. Yeah. See, there's that molest, there it go. There it go. Y'all seen that? I forgot that came out. Look. Wait, where was it at? Argument. What was the argument? What was going on with the baby? And look at the car and the transportation. Tell me more, ancestors, about where is this baby? Emmanuel Haro, tell me more about where. Yeah, because they still ain't found the baby. Affair and cheating evidence. So somebody could have been fussing and arguing about that as well. This what the argument probably was also about. That's the nature of the argument. Yeah, that's the nature. And this right here too. It could have been a combination of things. Ancestors said there's some evidence around that. See that? Took it out on the baby because there's the argument here, the parents or whoever. See? Ancestors give us no location on this one. Let me see. Okay. Where we got the ancestor section around and something done. Might to be this near a church. In reference of a final ending. Hidden. Is this baby alive? They might have put that baby in a communication and cemetery. Near a cemetery. Y'all see that? Let's pull a few more out of this and then we're gonna wrap it up, okay? See that buried? That baby might be in a cemetery. I'm just seeing that, looking back, they use some type of weapon, or it could be near a church, because ain't nothing in this scenario about a church. So it could be near a church, buried near a church that has a cemetery, allegedly. We don't know. We gotta see, but they ain't found the baby yet. Is this baby Emmanuel Haro still alive, ancestors? Is the baby still alive? Because I have. Okay, thank you, ancestors. There's the neglect. Yeah, this baby was abused because we already see it here. Yeah, ancestors threw it out with some type of argument. So that was confirmed. Look at that, family. That's confirmation again. 2 different deaths. Look at that. The abuse and the covering of the baby face. That's probably how they did it to cover that baby face. You see that? Look at how that came out. That's so sad. Okay. My God. Here's the propaganda. So the lies and stuff in the news. And let's see what this is. Law enforcement. Right. So the law enforcement is involved with it at this time, and they know that it has something to do with neglect and abuse. Is the baby still alive, ancestors? Follow the money. So there's something about money, and I got alive. So the baby may still be alive, okay? That could be why we just see the unconditional love on the body. Because remember, I tell you, this body is. So let me see when I did this. I did this. Okay. So it could have been because it was August 20th, right? And they didn't get them until. No, that baby wasn't alive. That baby wasn't alive. No, that baby was. I feel like that baby was deceased then. That's why we seen the body. The body was in there for a reason. The ancestors saying. Now maybe it came out at the end. Let's about somebody being alive or deceased. No, I don't think that baby was alive. Here. Okay. Okay, here. But I don't know, you know. Although I got drowned, then it's probably the energy has shifted, okay? But I don't have anything just yet, although I do have a weapon and I do see the ancestors here, okay? But I don't know, you know. Although I got drowned a few times, ancestors say yes, okay, there's the fight. And the healthy, and there's the fight. Violation. So I got sex trafficking. The baby is definitely has some type of abuse. Yeah. I can tell you that. So it's fake news. The law enforcement is on it. There's something about hired and follow the money. Maybe they sold the baby. Okay. Because they're nonverbal about it. It's timeline issues and there's a witness. This is something about okay, here's the murder. Okay. So yeah, there you go. So we did wind up getting that out. Yeah. So we knew then when the murder came up, we knew the baby was gone. Okay, so because at first it was looking like it won't, and then when we seen it underneath the breakup, see the breakup and the separation and stuff was coming because of the argument. See, we still had the affair and all the molest and the abuse that was going on. Well, we know she was being abused because she had pure black eye. And the babies was probably being abused by him too. And he was probably cheating and everything. That's why the ancestors said all this stuff, family. Look at all that stuff that was coming out in the spring. And the breakup and the separation. And then the murder underneath of that. So we already knew with this. Right here. Boom. Ancestors gave us clarification, confirmation right there. Boom. Yep. Hey, Jeanette. So yeah, family. So that is in the case of this baby. I think I'm gonna pull again on this baby, maybe tomorrow sometimes, family, to see where we can get maybe a closer location or something about what's going on and what these fools not saying. But yeah, family, it definitely that baby I don't think is still here, you know. So yeah. So that's all I had for tonight. I showed you guys. We looked at the Young Thug video that I had did months ago because that had so many confirmations in it. We looked at the Dakara's case, and may she get the justice in the spiritual and in the physical. And I will be back here probably tomorrow, family, to do some more cases, or I will be posting more cases, and I may come back later on tonight and do some messages for y'all. Do y'all want me to do that or nah? Or are y'all good in reference some messages like for everybody in the collective, or what? Or I may just come back and just do a reading tomorrow sometime. So y'all just let me know in the comments or whatever. But I didn't want this to be that long. But I did want you guys to come in and be able to see all of the information compared to what we have. most of these cases are still going on. So it's like the ancestors showed us from the jump what happened and what is to happen and what we're going to see more of. And I will tap back into the Carr's case in reference of the guy as well. Again, maybe I'll do it next week sometimes, family, if I get time. Please send me any more true crime cases. I have plenty of new ones that y'all have been sending me, so I have some to get to. And if you sent me any through an email, I wrote it down and I'll get to it very soon. Just give me a little time, family. It takes a lot of energy to do these true crime readings. They're not as, they're very heavy compared to doing the celebrity readings and so forth. All right. All right, family. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Much love to you. Hit the like button on the video if you come in here afterwards, and let me know what you think below in reference to what the ancestors threw out. All right. I love you guys. Peace, 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 family. Yes, I need one. Okay. All right, Tiff. I'll be back soon. All right.